Hi, welcome to the Black X Wolf Entertainment channel where you can get the best storytelling, tech knowledge, and finance tips from this channel. Like, comment, and subscribe to Black X Wolf Entertainment. Welcome, dear viewer. Gather close, for tonight we journey into a realm of ancient magic. A place where trees whisper secrets on the wind and moonbeams dance with spirits. This is the Whisperwood, a sprawling forest untouched by time, where legend and reality intertwine. Deep within the Whisperwood's emerald embrace lies a tale whispered by the leaves and sung by the rivers. It is a story of guardianship, of balance, and the enduring power of nature. This is the legend of the Black Wolf, a creature as ancient as the forest itself. Prepare to be captivated, prepare to be enchanted. The Whisperwood awaits. For generations, the Whisperwood has been protected by a lineage of guardians, the Shadowmoon Pack. These are no ordinary wolves. Larger than their brethren with eyes that gleam like moonlight on snow, they are said to possess ancient magic, a connection to the very soul of the forest. Each generation of the Shadowmoon Pack is led by an alpha, a wolf whose coat shines black as midnight, a living shadow imbued with the power of the forest. The Black Wolf, they call him, and his legend echoes through the Whisperwood like a heartbeat. He is the protector, the keeper of balance. Where he walks, life flourishes. His howl can summon the rain, his breath can calm the storm. He is the Whisperwood's silent guardian, a watchful protector cloaked in shadow and legend. It is said that the Black Wolf is only born under the light of a blood moon, a celestial event as rare as it is powerful. The blood moon with its eerie red glow has long been a symbol of mystery and magic, a harbinger of significant events in the natural world. Legend tells of a night when the moon hung heavy in the sky, stained a deep crimson as if reflecting a sea of blood. This night was unlike any other, a night where the boundaries between the mundane and the mystical blurred. On that night, deep within the Whisperwood, a litter of wolf pups was born to the alpha pair of the Shadowmoon Pack. The Whisperwood, a forest shrouded in ancient magic and secrets, was the perfect cradle for such an extraordinary event. Amongst the playful, gray-furred pups, one stood out. This pup was different, not just in appearance but in the aura it exuded. His fur was as dark as the night sky, his eyes burning like embers in the darkness. The other pups seemed to instinctively recognize his uniqueness, often stepping aside as he moved. The elders of the pack gasped, their whispers hushed with awe and reverence. They had waited for this moment, the fulfillment of a prophecy passed down through generations. The prophecy had come to pass. The ancient text spoke of a black wolf born under a blood moon, destined to bring balance to the Whisperwood. The Black Wolf had returned. This was not just a birth, it was a rebirth, a continuation of a legacy that had been dormant for centuries. The crimson moon bathed the forest in an otherworldly glow, its light seeming to infuse the young wolf with power. The trees, the leaves, and even the air seemed to hum with energy, acknowledging the arrival of this special being. This was no ordinary pup. From the moment he took his first breath, it was clear that he was destined for greatness. This was a creature of destiny, born to safeguard the Whisperwood. The elders knew that his journey would be fraught with challenges, but they also knew that he possessed the strength and wisdom of countless generations. As the days turned into weeks, the young Black Wolf began to grow and learn. He was taught the ways of the forest, the secrets of the Whisperwood, and the responsibilities that came with his unique heritage. The pack watched over him, guiding him, protecting him, and preparing him for the role he was born to play. He learned to hunt, to lead, and to understand the delicate balance of nature. And as he grew, so did his connection to the blood moon. On nights when the moon was full, he would sit and gaze at it, feeling its power coursing through him, reminding him of his purpose. The Whisperwood, with its ancient trees and hidden secrets, became his domain. He roamed its depths, ensuring that the balance was maintained, that the magic of the forest remained undisturbed. The Black Wolf, born under a crimson sky, had embraced his destiny. He was the guardian of the Whisperwood, a symbol of hope and strength, a beacon in the darkness. And as the blood moon set and dawn broke, the forest sighed in relief, knowing that it was in safe hands. The legacy of the Black Wolf would continue, a timeless tale of courage, destiny, and the unbreakable bond between nature and its guardians. The young Black Wolf was raised under the watchful eye of his father, a grizzled veteran whose white coat spoke of countless seasons and battles fought. The White Wolf, as he was known, was a patient but firm teacher, instilling in his son the ways of the forest and the sacred duty of the Shadowmoon Pack. The Black Wolf, eager to prove himself, explored every nook and cranny of the Whisperwood. He learned the language of the rustling leaves, the secrets whispered by the wind. He befriended the shy deer, the mischievous squirrels, and the wise old owl who perched high above the forest floor. The White Wolf watched his son grow, pride swelling in his heart. The Black Wolf was strong, courageous, and possessed a deep connection to the Whisperwood. He was ready to embrace his destiny. Section 5. The Sun's Silence. One scorching summer, a calamity befell the Whisperwood. The forest, known for its lush greenery and vibrant life, was suddenly plunged into a relentless drought. The sun, usually a source of life and warmth, beat down with relentless fury. Day after day, the sky remained a harsh, unyielding blue, devoid of the comforting presence of rain clouds. Rain clouds refused to gather, and the once vibrant forest began to wither. The trees, which had stood tall and proud for centuries, now drooped under the oppressive heat. Streams ran dry, leaves shriveled and fell, and the air grew heavy with the stench of decay. The forest floor, once a carpet of green, was now littered with the brittle remains of what once was. The drought affected not only the Whisperwood, but also the human village nestled on its outskirts. The villagers, who had always relied on the forest for their sustenance, found themselves in dire straits. The villagers, who had always lived in harmony with the forest, watched in despair as their crops withered and their livestock grew weak. Fear gripped their hearts. The once bountiful fields were now barren, and the animals that roamed them were mere shadows of their former selves. Their very survival was at stake. The drought had turned their lives upside down, and the future seemed bleak. The children, who once played joyfully in the fields, now sat quietly, their eyes reflecting the worry of their parents. The village elders, their faces etched with worry, gathered to discuss the crisis. They had seen many seasons come and go, but none as harsh as this. Their wisdom was their only hope. They spoke of ancient legends, of the Shadowmoon Pack and the Black Wolf, the guardian of the Whisperwood. These stories, passed down through generations, told of a time when the Black Wolf had saved the forest from a similar fate. A glimmer of hope flickered in their eyes. Perhaps, just perhaps, the Black Wolf could save them. The villagers clung to this hope, for it was all they had left. Perhaps, just perhaps, the Black Wolf could save them. The legend spoke of a powerful creature, a guardian spirit that watched over the forest and its inhabitants. If they could find the Black Wolf, maybe the forest could be restored, and their lives could return to normal. With renewed determination, the villagers decided to seek out the Black Wolf. They prepared for the journey, packing supplies and setting out into the heart of the Whisperwood. The forest, though withered, still held an air of mystery and magic. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the villagers felt a sense of purpose. They were not just fighting for their survival, but for the very soul of the Whisperwood. The journey was arduous, but their resolve was unshakable. Along the way, they encountered signs that the Black Wolf was near. Mystical symbols glowed faintly in the dim light, guiding them towards their destination. The villagers' hearts swelled with hope and anticipation. Finally, they reached a sacred clearing, a place of ancient power and reverence. The air was thick with magic, and the villagers knew they were close. They called out to the Black Wolf, their voices echoing through the trees. From the shadows, the Black Wolf emerged, majestic and powerful. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly light, and the villagers felt a wave of relief wash over them. They had found their guardian. The Black Wolf, sensing their desperation, agreed to help. With a howl that resonated through the forest, it called upon the ancient magic of the Whisperwood. The villagers watched in awe as the forest began to heal, the drought lifting and life returning. Streams began to flow once more, leaves turned green, and the air was filled with the sweet scent of new growth. The Whisperwood was saved, and with it, the village. The sun's silence was broken, and life returned to the land. The villagers celebrated their newfound hope and the return of their guardian. They knew that the Black Wolf would always watch over them, and the bond between the forest and the village was stronger than ever. The Black Wolf, now a symbol of hope and protection, watched over the Whisperwood, ensuring that the sun's silence would never again threaten their home. The legend of the Black Wolf lived on, a testament to the enduring spirit of the Whisperwood and its people. Led by their chieftain, a weathered man with eyes as old as the forest itself, a small group of villagers ventured into the Whisperwood. They carried with them offerings of food and water, tokens of respect for the guardian they sought. Their hearts pounded with a mixture of hope and trepidation. Deep within the forest, beneath the canopy of ancient trees, they found him. The black wolf stood silently, his dark form almost invisible against the shadows. His eyes, however, blazed with an otherworldly light, reflecting the desperation of the forest.
He told the black wolf of their plight, of the drought that ravaged the land, of their dwindling hopes.
The black wolf listened intently, his head cocked slightly to one side. His ears twitched as he picked up the faintest sounds of the forest, the rustling of leaves, the distant calls of birds, and the almost imperceptible whispers of the trees. He was attuned to the heartbeat of the Whisperwood, a forest that had seen better days but still held on to a fragile thread of life. He could sense the villagers' desperation, their fear mingling with the faintest glimmer of hope. They had come to the forest seeking a miracle, their eyes reflecting the anguish of their plight. The drought had lasted for months, turning their once fertile lands into barren wastelands. Their crops had withered, and their livestock had perished. The villagers had heard tales of the black wolf, a guardian spirit of the forest, and in their desperation, they had come seeking his aid. He could feel the suffering of the Whisperwood, the silent pleas of the trees, the parched earth, and the creatures that called it home. The once vibrant forest was now a shadow of its former self, its trees withering, their leaves brittle and brown. The streams that once flowed with crystal-clear water were now dry, their beds cracked and barren. The creatures of the forest, from the smallest insects to the largest beasts, were all suffering, their lives hanging by a thread. With a surge of power, the black wolf threw back his head and unleashed a howl that echoed through the forest. It was a sound that resonated with the very soul of the Whisperwood, a call that reached out to the ancient spirits of the land. The howl was a plea for help, a cry for the rains to return and restore life to the parched earth. It was a sound that carried with it the weight of the forest's suffering and the hope for its renewal. It was a sound of both sorrow and fury, a lament for the suffering of the Whisperwood and a challenge to the forces that threatened it. The black wolf's howl was a declaration of defiance, a vow to protect the forest and its inhabitants at any cost. It was a sound that stirred the very air, causing the leaves to tremble and the ground to shiver. The howl was a beacon of hope, a promise that the forest would not be abandoned to its fate. As if in answer to his call, the sky, which had been clear only moments before, darkened with storm clouds. The transformation was swift and dramatic, the once bright sky now filled with ominous swirling clouds. The air grew heavy with the promise of rain, and the forest seemed to hold its breath in anticipation. The villagers looked up in awe, their hearts filled with a mixture of fear and hope. They had witnessed the power of the black wolf, and now they waited to see if his call would be answered. The wind picked up, whipping through the trees, carrying with it the scent of rain. The leaves rustled and the branches swayed, as if the forest itself was coming alive in response to the black wolf's call. The scent of rain was a promise of life, a sign that the drought might finally be coming to an end. The villagers felt a surge of hope, their eyes fixed on the darkening sky. They could feel the change in the air, the promise of renewal and rebirth. The villagers watched in awe and relief as the first fat drops of water splashed onto the parched earth. The rain began to fall, slowly at first, then with increasing intensity. The dry, cracked ground eagerly drank in the water, the earth softening and the plants beginning to revive. The villagers cheered, their faces alight with joy and gratitude. The black wolf had answered their prayers, and the Whisperwood was coming back to life. The forest, once on the brink of death, was now filled with the promise of a new beginning. The rain continued for days, a steady, life-giving downpour that quenched the thirst of the Whisperwood and brought relief to the villagers. The forest, once on the brink of death, sprang back to life. Leaves unfurled, streams flowed once more, and the air hummed with the sounds of creatures rejoicing. The villagers, their hearts overflowing with gratitude, returned to their homes, their faith in the black wolf solidified. They had witnessed firsthand the power of the guardian, the protector who ensured the balance of nature. The black wolf, his duty fulfilled, retreated back into the shadows of the Whisperwood. He was a silent guardian, a watchful protector, his presence felt but rarely seen. but the villagers knew that he was there, always watching over them, always ensuring the well-being of the forest that was his home. The legend of the Black Wolf, the guardian of the Whisperwood, has been passed down through generations of villagers. It is a tale whispered around campfires, a story told to wide-eyed children, a reminder of the delicate balance between humanity and nature. The Black Wolf's story is not just a legend, it is a call to action, a reminder that we are all connected to the natural world and that its well-being is intrinsically linked to our own. We must strive to live in harmony with nature, to protect and preserve it for generations to come. So, dear viewer, the next time you find yourself in the embrace of nature, take a moment to listen. Listen to the whispers of the wind, the rustling of leaves, the songs of birds. You might just hear the echo of a howl, a reminder of the Black Wolf, the guardian who watches over us all. If you want more content, like, comment, and subscribe to Black X Wolf Entertainment.